Another expository broadcast this day. Wherever you're watching from, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, and also give us a like button as we look at issues concerning Nigeria and the whole Africa at large. Let's talk about what Arewa Youth Consultative Forum president is saying. He is making a revelation, and that revelation is that, according to that report, they said that the IPOB, that is the Independent People of Biafra, if they conduct a referendum today, it is not going to be successful. Yes, it is not going to be successful. They will not succeed if they conduct a referendum today. He made his research, and the outcome of the research is that most Igbos don't want to leave Nigeria. Rather, they want to be citizens of the country. They don't want to leave Nigeria to form an independent state of Biafra. That is from the Arewa Youth Consultative Forum. This is the same Arewa guy that came out to say that if Nnamdi Kanu is released, they are going to form their own independent country. These are the same guys that are against the sovereign state of Biafra. They are against the Igbo man becoming free from Nigeria. Like I said, Nigeria does not benefit the average Nigerian. It is to the benefit of the elite and those that are in power. For them to come out to say this, that means they have done some kind of research. They are saying that Igbos would not want to leave Nigeria. Yes, because they have properties spread all around the country. They have investments spread all around the country. And if IPOB conducts a referendum today, that referendum would not be successful because majority, he used the word majority of Igbos prefer to remain Nigerian citizens rather than succeed to form an independent state of Biafra. He went on to say that the movement, that is the IPOB movement, have been hijacked by criminal elements. Yes. He also acknowledged that some Igbos are genuinely seeking justice, equity, and fairness in Nigeria. He says so, and he also said that an average Igbo person wants to remain in Nigeria, citing demands for justice, equity, and fair play as the primary concerns. I'm just reading out what the report he said. He said, as a Nigerian, I know that IPOB cannot win a referendum today because an average Igbo man wants to remain in Nigeria. All they are demanding is justice, equity, and fair play. The leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has continued to remain in detention since his rearrest. He used the word rearrest, or let's use the word kidnap, in 2021. There are some points that I'm going to take out from this statement from Yerima, Shettima, president of Arewa Youth Consultative Forum. He made points. He says, an Igbo man in Nigeria, there are people that are genuinely seeking for justice, fairness, and equity. He said that criminal elements have taken over the IPOB, that is Independent People of Biafra, that organization. He also said that if IPOB conducts a referendum today, that referendum is not going to be successful because most Igbos want to be part of Nigeria rather than Biafra. This is, I don't know how to put it, but let me put it how it is supposed to be put. He doesn't understand what he's saying at this point in time. If you understand what he's saying, or if he has done his groundwork, if he has done his, gone to the street and asked or do some research, vox pop, ask people on the street, even a normal Nigerian, ask a normal Nigerian, if you have an opportunity to travel out of the country, would you still remain in Nigeria? Whether an average Nigerian wants to be in Nigeria, not to talk of the southeast or an Igbo man who has a history of wanting to succeed, wanting to form a separate state. What is so special about Nigeria as we speak? Many Nigerians, in quote, are looking for ways to leave Nigeria, to have other citizenships, because the Nigeria in itself is not working. So how would he know that some people prefer to be citizens of Nigeria than to be in a separate state, a state of Biafra? Well, he might have some elements around him that will want to feed him with such lies, or such, I don't know how to put it. But there are people that really don't want to be part of Biafra, that are Igbos. But when you look at the percentage of Igbos that don't want to be part of Biafra because of some kind of experiences they have with fellow Igbos, it is minute compared to whatever you're going to have from a referendum. If you conduct a referendum today, the federal government is afraid to allow IPOB conduct a referendum. They are afraid. Yerima should ask the federal government why they are afraid to conduct a referendum. Allow IPOB conduct a referendum. I heard that Saman Ekpa is having a kind of referendum being conducted, and people are voting all over the world. So if you conduct a referendum, let me tell you, there are people that are on the ground totally supporting Biafra, but when you see them, they don't really come out to say, I'm supporting Biafra. There are people like that. When you go on the streets, most people don't want to be. You see, the awareness created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has really opened the eyes of so many Igbos. Some people say they are being deceived, but creating a separate country, look at what is being proposed at the National Assembly, a regional government. Are you saying that it doesn't make sense? What's the difference between a regional government and having a state, a separate state? Yerima, Shettima, the North, they are afraid that Biafra is having to leave Nigeria. That is why they are fidgeting, they are shaking, they are jittery. They are putting all sorts of publications to sway the minds of people, to try and change a narrative, to try and put a narrative out there, let people see it like, yes, it is true, most Igbos don't want to leave Nigeria, they want to be part of Nigeria. If IPOB conducts a referendum today, they won't succeed. Why is the federal government, why are they afraid to allow these guys conduct a referendum for their people? Because a referendum that is being conducted in Nigeria and out of the country, you find out, they know these guys are intelligent, these politicians, those in power, the Fulani hegemony, they are very intelligent. They know that an average Igbo man, without even doing research, wants out of Nigeria. Let's not even talk about that. An average Nigerian wants out. An average Nigerian does not support, or does not want to. They are looking for opportunity to survive. If it is to leave Nigeria, people are going through the deserts, people are going through the waters, risking their lives so that they can leave the country called Nigeria. Not to talk of when you allow for a referendum, conduct a referendum, and people have given that free will to choose whether they are going to be or stay in Nigeria. Some people who are not even from the southeast or the south part of Biafra, if there's a word like south, some people who are not from this area would even want to vote to be part of a Biafra. I've known a northerner that want to be part of Biafra. I've known somebody from Edo State that want to be part of Biafra. Many of them, they don't want to be part of Nigeria. Nigeria is not working. How would you want to be part of something that is not working? Don't let the northern people play on the psychic. These are the people that are threatening President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that if eventually Nnamdi Kanu is released, they will form their own country. I hope he's not a Fulani man, Yerima Shettima. The Hausas have given the Fulani quit notice out of their land. The Hausas are standing up to the Fulanis and telling them, we don't want you in our lands again. Now the Fulanis have nowhere to go. They are nomadic. They have involved themselves in so much. They are benefiting so much from the system. why the main reason why they don't want to leave Nigeria. They want to do everything possible, even if they are trying to carry out a propaganda and change the narrative, because a Nigeria dividing would not be to their own benefit. The Fulani will run health because they will become orphans. They will become homeless in Nigeria. So wherever you got your information from, or analogy from, or conclusion from, that if IPOB conducts a referendum now, most Igbos will not leave, it will be those Igbos that have not really realized the essence of having Biafra and the future of their children. Yes, it is those that would have not realized. I know some people that really don't want Biafra. I know some Igbos that are not really interested. They believe in a one Nigeria because they are in Lagos, they are in the southwest, they are not in these places of violence. They have not experienced firsthand what the Fulani is doing in the southwest, in the north central, in Benue. You can see in Benue today, bandits are coming out boldly to tell communities to pay them millions of naira monthly. Bandits are coming out to tell communities to pay them millions of naira monthly. And these communities are paying tax to the federal government to sustain the Nigerian army. They pay police, they pay the Nigerian army for their security. But bandits will come out boldly, come out and tell people to pay them. I don't understand. We have police stations all over Nigeria. We have the military, functional military that is being paid, that is being well funded. There's no complaint at all. Paid and well funded. Yet, bandits, terrorists are coming out to tell communities to pay money. They are taxing communities millions of naira every month. If not, they will attack them. How have we come to this level whereby nobody is secure in Nigeria? And somebody is telling me that somebody who is living in the southwest, or someone who is living in a place that is relatively secure, that these bandits have not gone to, is saying that he wants to remain in one because he has a property in Alaba, he has a property in Festac, he has a property. If you have a separate country, people are living outside the country. People are living outside the country. They have properties outside the country. So that does not mean it's going to be difficult to have your property in Nigeria. You are going to do your paperwork. You are going to need visa to come to Oduduwa, wherever Lagos falls to. You are going to do normal, as if you're traveling to another country. You own, Igbos own businesses, own houses in other places. So if you are saying because of we have properties in these countries, we might lose our properties and everything, you see, preservation of life is much more important than you lose your life and everything goes. When you die today, everything you have with you has gone. You don't remember, you are not even thinking about the person that is going to take over that thing. You might die today, and whatever you have worked for, at the end of the day, is destroyed. So, preserving an investment and your life, which one is much more better? If not for these guys that have come, this volunteer group that have come to defend the Southeast against the aggression of these same bandits that are threatening communities in Benue State, in a country. Imagine you hear this story in Ghana. They say in Ghana, some bandits are threatening communities, collecting taxes. If you hear that report, imagine you just hear that report in Ghana, like it's a report you heard from Ghana. How would you feel? They don't have, they are helpless. The governor there, Referendum, whatever, earlier, he's not outspoken. There's nothing. They are handicapped. They don't control the security architecture. Fulani is the Minister of Defense. Two Fulanis, State for Defense and Minister of Defense. The thing is reported. Ribadu, national security advisor, these guys from the north are holding on to the security architecture, and their people are the ones causing havoc, destroying farmlands, killing people, kidnapping, bombings. They are the ones given to handle the security architecture. And you say those people there want to be Nigerians, you can go and do a vox pop there in Benue State and ask them if they want to still be part of Nigeria. They will tell you no. The Arewa guy, they are the ones benefiting from the country. The North has most ownership of oil wells, captains of industries. The government favors them. That's why if the government stop working, they stop getting food. The Igbo man does not rely on the government. He has his business, he has his handwork. He relies on what he can do for himself to survive. The Fulani man is relying on, look at, you have your cows. You are asking the federal government, a stranger in Nigeria, asking the federal government to provide ranches for you. To provide ranches for you, for your own business. When you sell, you take your profit. It is not a government-owned venture, or government is not partnering with you. So without this unity of Nigeria, they cannot feed. They cannot survive. That's why they are looking for ways to change the narrative, to let people start seeing that, yes, of course, most people have buildings. Igbos are investing all around Nigeria. They will not want to leave Nigeria and leave their investment. If you conduct a referendum now, do you know what it means? You know what a referendum is? Do you know the number of people in the southeast that want referendum? If you have 80% that will assent to the referendum, the 20% that are having to think about their investment wherever they are and don't look at the preservation of their lives, I don't think that, yes, there are international laws that will not allow you take over somebody's property because he's having a separate identity. That would be something else. That would be a sanction on that country. Your properties, your investments are intact. You have paperwork. You pay tax there. If eventually your nationality change, there are other paperwork you do to still sustain that thing there. Except the Nigerian system wants to be rogue. But the most important thing is to preserve your life. So, Igbos want referendum. Igbos want Biafra. Look around you, Mr. Yerima Shettima. The people around you might be deceiving you, but come up southeast, go to the diaspora and ask questions. You see that when you conduct a referendum today, the one conducted by Samanekba, that he said he recorded millions supporting the separate state of Biafra. You have not looked at that one. Not to talk of people that are being attacked every day in Enugu, people that are being attacked in Lokpanta, people that their source of livelihoods, their farms are being destroyed by Fulani herdsmen, that you barely see tangible presence of the federal government in the southeast. You are saying that most people are asking for fairness, equity, and justice. Since when? Other parts of the country, do they even get the fairness, equity, and justice? The fairness, equity, and justice is to the class. It's a class thing. It's not a tribe thing. It's a class thing. If you're a big man, you get equity, fairness, and justice. If you're connected, if you're in power, that's when it affects you. If your relative or your ally is in power, that's when you have fairness, equity, and justice. It is not. Some Yorubas will tell you that they are being marginalized. Some Hausas will tell you they are being marginalized. So it is a systemic thing. It's part of injustice, lack of fairness, non-equity is part of the structure of Nigeria. So don't deceive yourself and tell you that referendum. Biafra is gone. Like I said, if The unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. Biafra living Nigeria is also non-negotiable. Thank you.